And welcome back. We're back at Knock, the same airport where we landed last time. And today we're going to do another fictitious short flight. It's not as short as the last one, which was from Belfast to this one, Knock Airport, in the province of Connaught in Ireland. Today we're going from Knock to Dublin, the capital city. And yeah, it's a slightly longer flight, but not that long. I don't have time to do a 1.5 hour or 2 hour flight. Maybe next time. And again, it's the grid, my electricity grid, that sometimes causes problems. So I don't want to risk it. At least mitigate the risk of me having to stop the stream halfway through. So we're currently parked at gate 1 or ramp 1 at Knock. Last time we went I basically took the airplane to this cargo ramp over there. This is the passenger terminal, the main terminal, and then you can see the cars parked outside on the landside area. So yeah, you have gate 1, one left, and you have gate 2 or ramp 1, ramp 2. So we're parking at ramp 1. And yeah, so let's just get closer. See, it's quite a nice scenery. Nice add-on. Right. So the passengers, I guess, are going to walk in through there. Yeah, you have arrivals here. So they go in from here. And I'm guessing that the departure is from here, and that's the conveyor belt for the baggage. Yeah. Yeah, that's my guess. Let's see. So, as usual, we're on a tight schedule. So, in we go. Engine master switch should be normal. Ignition selector, engine master switches should be off, and ignition selector should be normal. Weather radar should be off. If you can't see, so just zoom in. I think there's the weather radar. System 1 or system, it shouldn't be on any one of the systems, should be off. And yeah, wipers should be off. And we do this in the A330 or A300 also, and the A310. Right, battery 1 and battery 2 above 25 volts, so on. First one, then number 2. And since we have ground external power available, we'll turn it on. Hate it when this happens. Nav and logo lights can go on. And crew supply, ground control. Right, we can do the APU fire test. I won't hear the audible warning, fire warning. I think I have to wait for the self-test to finish, which will be indicated by a triple chime. That's it. And now let's go up to the APU. There we go. It's working. Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't turned the audio on. There we go, much better. Right, if the APU fire extinguisher test is done, then you can turn on the APU master. Count till 3, or wait 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, and start the APU. We can go outside, no, drone camera, and yeah, I like this view when I start the APU. As you can see, few vapor coming out, heat blur. Close. I hope you can hear the sound. Oh yeah, I'm sure you can because it turned on the output. It's available. So now we can turn on the chrono before turning on the bleeds. We have to wait for 3 minutes. I've heard one other YouTube pilot saying 2 minutes, but I'm not sure if anyone knows the correct timing, or maybe it's airline specific. I don't know about that. Right. Since we are on Vatsim, we can tune into Unicom and set our radios if you want to hear the cabin sounds and EI announcements. Right. Off we go to the... Okay, yeah. External power can go off now. And it will switch to the APU. Cockpit lights as required. So I'll just turn this to bright, PFD bright, ND bright, ECAMs both bright. And parking brake, it's on. Let's look at the handle also. Right, ground spoilers disarmed, and probe window heat. Alright. Now, recall button. Let me just zoom in. Where did the recall button go? Here it is. 1, 2, 3. Normal. Status. We have in op systems. REAC, windshield detection, ADR, AP. Oh, adheres. Good. Number 1, IRS1 to align or nav. IRS2. And IRS3. And on battery light extinguishers. Now, I'm not going to walk around. Right, ground control on. CVR test should hear some beeps. that's good. And evac panel. Where's the evac panel? Switch it to captain. There we go. And these are all to your mouse. Strobe to auto. Beacon light off. Seatbelt signs on. I'll do that after. Emergency exit lights armed. And is it 3 minutes since we start? It is 3 minutes, 4 minutes actually. Let's wait some time. Bleeds on. And we've done a lot over here. We might as well go to the Fenix app, import the flight plan, knock to Dublin. That's the ICAO code. Here's the METAR. Might as well look at the operational flight plan. We're using a cost index of 46, and yeah, routing, runway analysis, runway 26 at knock, and 2 it left at Dublin. That's us it. Bakba 1 Alpha and Olapo, and that's our arrival. Olapo for Lima. And what's our 23,000 feet of flight level 230? We'll be taking. Is there any controller online? No. I think 15 minutes extra fuel is fine. Don't need to add extra. Fine, I'll leave it as it is. So back to the Fenix app. Mass and one more thing, yeah. If you find that you don't have a brake fan here, you can always go to the settings on the AFB in the Fenix app, and then into sim settings, and here we are in the airframe section. We can toggle brake fans on and off, and then you can save as default, so you don't have to do this next time. So back to ground services. Now, mass and balance. 130 passengers, 2.2 tons of cargo, 5 tons of fuel. Let's load the aircraft. And let's have a look.
Refueling truck is on its way. Boarding requested. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and asks.
Are we going to get refueled by a total truck again? Oh, this area, Chevron. Okay. Chevron.
Fuel truck is in position.
Alright.
Please
Back
don't load
inside.
aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and
MCDU,
asks to do it.
Atsu, POC menu, receive messages, load sheet. Okay. Zero fuel weight is 57 tons. I don't know, 56.6. 56.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Yeah, no.
As you just joined us, you're all very welcome on board your Lingus flight. In order to facilitate a speedy departure, we kindly ask you to step in from the aisle while stowing your hand baggage. This allows your fellow passengers boarding behind you to pass by. As we are operating a busy flight this morning, we kindly ask your full cooperation when stowing your hand baggage by placing only large wheelie bags into the overhead lockers of wheels first. All smaller lightweight items such as handbags, laptop bags, rucksacks and airport shopping must go underneath the seat in front of you.
Passengers boarding started.
Quite a cheerful airline. Or at least they have nice boarding music. Obino. Do we have such a transition? No. Ubino, we have Ubino. Oh, lots of passengers. Are they coming from the arrival section? They're just pouring from here. What was I going to do? Yeah, I was going to check the flight plan on the ND.
Those of you just joined us are all very welcome on board your Lingus flight. In order to facilitate a speedy departure, we kindly ask you to step in from the aisle while stowing your hand baggage. This allows your fellow passengers boarding behind you to pass by. As we are operating a busy flight this morning, we kindly ask your full cooperation when stowing your hand baggage by placing only large wheelie bags into the overhead lockers wheels first. All smaller lightweight items such as handbags, laptop bags, rucksacks and airport shopping must go underneath the seat in front of you.
Right, and yeah, we have the big brake fan button which I just showed, and we can reset the chrono. Right. One other thing, another test. Electrical page. Here. Have a look at this. Look at the amperage, the amperes right now. Turn the batteries off while they're being charged. Either the ground power should be connected or the APU should be on. Turn them back on and look at the page again. Should be less than 60 amperes after 10 seconds of turning them back on. It's not yet 10 seconds, but it's just, I think, just to maybe check if the batteries are being charged or no. Let me know in the chat or comments, because I'm not sure myself. It's a test that they're supposed to do, the A320 pilots. Okay. Time for the engine fire test. Oxygen mask test. I don't think it works. I've forgotten how to do the oxygen mask test. I watched it on the A330 pilot's tutorial. I think you're supposed to switch this to intercom. Loudspeaker to maximum volume. Oh, someone in the chat. DevRL. DevRL. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy it. I'm not going to try and make it too long or boring, but welcome to the stream. Okay. So we can turn it back. I don't think I did the test properly. There we go.
Those of you just joined us are all very welcome on board your Lingus flight. In order to facilitate a speedy departure, we kindly ask you to step in from the aisle while stowing your hand baggage. This allows your fellow passengers boarding behind you to pass
1
by.
o'clock position.
As we are operating a busy flight this morning, we kindly ask your full cooperation when stowing your hand baggage by placing only large wheelie bags into the overhead lockers and wheels first. All smaller lightweight items such as handbags, laptop bags, rucksacks and airport shopping must go underneath the seat in front of you.
Cabin crew,
56.630
boarding
per
is
night.
now complete.
Okay.
Any remaining ground crew, please leave the aircraft.
1004. Set it local. And this can go back to ARC. And the standby instrument. 1004. Right. EFS speed. We can probably do this. FCU heading track. FC auto select. Altitude is 23,000 feet. Okay. Altitude select done. Standby instrument done. Anti-skid and nose steering on. Don't want to test it. Alright. ECAM status base checked. Off the door. Trust levers idle. Right. Parking brake on. Off. Check brake pressure. Chalk sign there so we can check the brake pressure. Parking brake off. And then on. It's above. Yeah. It's alright, and we have the AP on. Cockpit door check, sensors levers, and gravity experience ascension check stored. ATC mode selector to auto. And before pushback checklist after that, but we have to do the performance, takeoff performance before we move any further. Right. On to the EFD. Takeoff performance. Let's runway 26. Dry. And calculate. 132, 132, 133, and we can just simply click on this button to populate the relevant fields in the FMC or MCDU. Airbus calls it MCDU, FMGC, whichever one is most suitable. So we go to the perf page, got everything done. Right. Now RadNav, we have to look at the charts. I haven't had a look at the charts at all. There we go. Zoom in, look at the map. Internet. Okay, we have only a short ways to go. We push back, face south, go on Alpha, and we just backtrack on runway 26 and just line up here. Turn around from this base at the threshold and line up here. That's the taxi briefing. And then we have our chart, ground chart. Oh, we'll do the start ones. Come on. Are there any ground charts? Airport. Elevation is 665 feet. And yeah, Alpha, simple single runway airport, simple, no complicated taxiways. That's the way I like it, especially when I'm dealing with ATC. Sometimes it can get a bit confusing. Okay, departure. That, and we have back bar 1. We're going to go on runway 26, heading NOx 001. We need the Connaught VOR DME, then NOx 002, again related to the Connaught VOR, and then on to back bar below 5,000 feet. Alright. I don't need to put that in the selected altitude because it will follow the restrictions. Alright, and okay. Right. One thing I forgot, which I just remembered, we haven't fully filled in the EI-DEP page, and we have fuel on board 4.9 now. 4.9. Right, and just fill in these fields where it calculates. Yes, 0.7, round it up to the next 100, 0.7. Next we have the alternate, 1.5. And then we have the FinRes, 1.1, or is it 1? 1.1, yes, just do 1.1, next 100. Right, and that takes care of that, and we can go back to the EI-DEP page. Request the wind forecast for the climb. I don't know whether the Fenix does the descent forecast itself, or whether we have to update it. I'm not sure. We got the perf done. RadNav, if you want to really select it, we can, like, we can keep it on one of the VORs. Back to the chart. What was the frequency? 117.4. So 117.4. Right, and since we might not have enough time, so runway 28 left for the arrival approach, ILS 28 left. Let's have a look at the charts for that also. Back to, and then Dublin. We have the airport. Temporary. Such a confusing airport. We'll be landing from 28 left. And we might take this exit. I'll have to perform the landing. I'll do it in the air. Landing performance. 18th April 2025. So this is the latest? No, that's the late. I'm not sure. There must be a footnote here. So, right, and then we take some taxiway onto one of the piers. And aprons, okay. And we have ILS localizer, ILS DME course over here. 3,000 feet missed approach altitude. DA is 402. Right. Whatever. And back to MSA. MSA, fine. Keep this. We're starting to rain. Well, that might affect our takeoff performance, but right. Let's call in the pushback truck, GSX. And we have all the need to remove operate stairs, and we need to remove all the ground services. GPO off, chocks and cross gone. Call in the ready for pushback. And that means the beacon light goes on. And yeah, fuel pumps, very, very important. Seatbelt signs on. Smoking sign, no smoking sign to auto.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Right.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
There's the duck. Oh, there it is.
Locking gear.
Right. Nose left, tail right. Yes, that's what I want. Nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Knock traffic, Shamrock 428, pushing back at gate 1. Knock traffic. Alright. Parking brake released.
Commencing push.
Timer on.
All engines clear. Start at will.
And ignition mode to start. It's very windy outside. I hope my electricity grid holds on.
Crew, prepare the doors for departure and cross-check.
Engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you.
set parking brakes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to draw your attention to the safety features on board
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle as we're now demonstrating. To secure the seatbelt tightly around your hips, pull firmly on the strap. To open the seatbelt, lift up the buckle cover. From 8 emergency exits, all exits are clearly marked with red exit signs. Low-level paths while lighting will guide you to these exits in poor visibility. 2 doors at the front of the cabin, one left and one right. 2 doors at the rear of the cabin, left and right. And there are 4 overwing window exits in the centre of the cabin. At rows 12 and 13, there are 2 left and 2 right. Please ensure that these exits are clear of all hand baggage and codes for takeoff and again for landing. Change in cabin pressure. An individual oxygen mask will be lowered automatically in front of your face. Should this happen, put the mask down fully, place it over your mouth and nose, secure it with the elastic band.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Before attending to children or other passengers. There's a life jacket in a package under each seat. To use this, you should take it out of its package and put the jacket over your head. The long strap at the back should be brought to the front, hooked and pulled very tightly around your waist. Each jacket is equipped with a light and a whistle for attracting attention. You inflate the jacket by pulling down sharply on the red tag hanging below the jacket in front. It may also be inflated or topped up by blowing through the red rubber tube. Jacket must not be
Unlocking
inflated
gear.
in the cabin. Seat pocket in front.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Easy exercise. There we go. We'll give the signal. Have a good trip. Thank you. And now, flaps on. Pitch trim. Rudder trim is 0. Pitch trim to what was it? Down. We can look at the perf page. Down 0.2. So down 0.2. And ignition's engine switch to normal. Right, and terrain on ND. Auto brake max. Not traffic, Shamrock 428, taxiing to runway 26 via Alpha, then backtracking on runway 26. To line up on the runway, Shamrock traffic. Turn on the taxi light. And since we're going to enter the runway in any case, so turn off lights, on, and on, Dara. Parking brake off. We're moving slightly. A slight more thrust. Wee bit more thrust. Yeah. Company message. Have a look at that. MCDU menu. No. MCDU menu. Vatsim. POC. And receive messages. There's the final load sheet, I guess. Just accept it. flight plan. Right. No traffic on the right or left. Takeoff configuration normal. Spoilers armed.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
Hello.
Cabin crew to your stations for cabin secure check.
Thank you. And reduce the thrust. I find that the runway centerline runs somewhere around the altitude dip in the Fenix A320 at least, or maybe in all Airbuses in flight simulators. Even in X-plane, the tallest, the centerline used to be somewhere around here. Okay, we're going to go and make a U-turn. Predictive wind shear is still off. There we go. Not a bad lineup. Let me just turn on predictive wind shear and the weather radar. You have to turn this also, but I do need to turn it to one of the systems, one or two. Right. Chrono on. Nose lights to take off. That's it. Anything I'm forgetting? No. Knock traffic, Shamrock 428, departing runway 26, knock traffic. Alright. %, and 1. Stabilize, flex. throttle. Quite a windy takeoff. Thrust levers to climb. Oh, very sensitive. They are on climb to 10, come on. Come on. My hardware is a bit funky, but doesn't give me trouble during the landing. The speed pass of flaps to go on. Oh, misty. I hope I don't need the anti-eyes, do I? There's a restriction and going on to Kilo November 002. I'll just take a minute. And we're going to start climbing to 23,000 feet as soon as we cross back bow. Or is it back bar? Back. What is it? Back bar. Lovely scenery. And it has started climbing. We're in climb mode. Forgot this. Something wrong with the internet. And here we go. Enter destination data and decelerate. Why should I decelerate? Already? Oops, just a minute. Okay, I am late. 1010. One zero one zero. Temperature 15. Winds 200 at 20018. 280 knots. 200/18. 200. Now all I need is the DA. The DA can be found at the charts. 402. We've already passed the top of descent. Okay, alright. Sorry. We are supposed to go all the way down to 2500. Let's do that. 2500. Going to be too high. Still going down in manage mode. Our gross weight is 60 tons, 60.0. More drag, okay. Speed brake out. 3.1. So that's just 0.3. So 57, 59.7. Anti-ice can go on. 59.7. And landing performance.
Dublin traffic, KGN 631, pushing Pakistan 203.
Do we have any ATC? We have nothing in Ireland. Can go back. Back so. We're already on the star. Come on guys, if you're watching, leave a like. One zero 10.
Dublin traffic liner 22 Romeo Lima departing 28 right Dublin. We're too high.
We are too high. Approaching 10,000 feet. So
traffic again, one taxi on by landing 285, ILX4 out, November.
where's the decelerate point? Not yet. Two 278. Time to bring in flaps 1. Sorry about that. still have a long way to go. $6,000 feet. Almost at the limit. Flap extension limit.
Cabin crew must now be seated for landing. Thank you.
Oops, what's that? Wind update?
Dublin traffic at Gen 61, landing up runway 28 right by November 1.
Approach mode is active on the FMC. Yeah, I forgot. Airport. Reciprocal of 277 is 097. So flight plan fix info 097 radio. And now right, Dublin International, Shamrock 428, 10-mile final for runway 28 left, Dublin traffic. You're down. Spoilers armed. Better turn on the recording. And flaps 3, flaps 4, missed approach altitude to 3,000 feet.
The traffic line is 71 Go Golf, we can go into it.
Dublin traffic, Shamrock 428, 4 mile final for runway 28 left. Dublin traffic. Alright. I'm going to disconnect at... Why is it not doing 134?
1000.
Okay. Crosswind. Oops. 500. It's heavy crosswind.
500. Hundred above. Minimum 100. 50, 40, 30. Retard. 10.
Not a good landing. Eighty knots. Leave the thrusters out. Take the next high-speed exit. And welcome to Dublin, everybody. Thank you for flying on Aer Lingus. Store the reversers. Spoilers disarmed. Flaps up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the captain has switched off the fasten seatbelt sign. As we have not yet cleared all active runway, please do not turn on your mobile phones until the captain has given the appropriate signal. Please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you, including any reading material you may have brought on board. Remember to check the overhead lockers and the seat pocket in front of you. Take care when opening the overhead lockers in case anything should fall out and cause injury to you or another passenger. For future travel plans with Aer Lingus, on flights, hotel accommodation and Aer Lingus car hire, just log on to aerlingus.com. Once again, thanks for flying with Aer Lingus. It has been our pleasure to have you on board, and we look forward to welcoming you on board another one of our services in the very near future. Glad to go forward to be passion Aer Lingus new. From agus Bonnet Live Square. Thank you, goodbye, and have a safe onward journey.
Let me have a look at the ground charts. we are here somewhere. It's not showing. Pier 4. Go to Pier 4.
Dublin Traffic Ryanair 82 Alpha is departing 3 at Dublin.
One, two, three. That's a nice livery. What is it? Very colorful. What's the next one? Sierra. We'll be going straight. We won't be going to Sierra. This is Sierra. Oops, a bit fast. Dublin traffic, Shamrock 428, taxiing to gate 406 via Sierra. Dublin traffic. Forgot to do that. And we have a runway coming up. Which one is this? 16. Dublin traffic, Shamrock 428, crossing runway 1634 via Sierra for gate 406. Dublin traffic. And take us to Tara. Close the charts, back to the map. And just slow down here. link 1, control 6, and turn off the landing lights, come off. Where's my parking spot? It's over there. Right. I'll go around and come over there. And 405T 406A. Okay. Do we have a marshaller here? Are we at the wrong spot? I think no, we have a marshaller here. We can turn up the taxi lights so as not to blind him. Oops, oops, oops. Did I park askew? Yes, I did. I did park askew, but doesn't matter. And that took us exactly 1 hour from gate to gate. Right? So now it's time to get off the network. Disconnect from the network. And stop recording. Right, and replay. Today is the 2nd of June. That's the file. So that was a flight from Knock Airport or Ireland West Airport in the province of Connaught to Dublin, the capital. And I hope everyone who joined in, even briefly, enjoyed it or found something interesting. So if somebody's still watching, please leave a like and do subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.